Welcome to Stoic for Today, and today we're exploring one of the most profound and life-changing practices within Stoic philosophy.
How to handle criticism like a Stoic. Have you ever felt that sting when someone criticizes you? A friend, a coworker, or even a stranger online? Your chest tightens, your mind races, and a voice inside says, "They don't understand me," or "Why would they say that?" We've all been there. Criticism can feel like a personal attack, like someone is pointing at our flaws with a spotlight. But for the Stoics, criticism wasn't something to fear or avoid. It was a chance, an opportunity to strengthen the mind, sharpen the soul, and grow in wisdom. Let's walk through how a Stoic would handle criticism, step by step. Step 1. Pause before you react. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When someone criticizes us, our first impulse is emotional, anger, embarrassment, or defensiveness. But that moment right after the criticism, that tiny pause, is the key to Stoic mastery. A Stoic doesn't rush to respond. They pause. They breathe. Because in that pause lies power. That pause allows reason to rise above emotion. Think of it like this. When you hear criticism, imagine your mind as a calm lake. The words thrown at you are like stones. They make ripples, but they only last if you keep stirring the water. So, step 1 is simple: pause. Breathe. Do nothing. This act alone separates you from the chaos of reaction and puts you in control. Step 2. Ask, is this true? Once you've paused, the next Stoic move is to examine the criticism objectively. Marcus Aurelius would often write in his journal about reflecting on what others said about him. He asked himself, is there any truth in this? If the criticism is true, even partly, then it's a gift. It's feedback that helps you grow. It's someone pointing out a blind spot you couldn't see on your own. And if it's false, if it's an exaggeration, a misunderstanding, or just someone's bitterness, then it tells you more about them than it does about you. Either way, you win. Because as the Stoics taught, truth is never your enemy. The wise man welcomes truth, even when it hurts. He says, "Thank you for showing me where I can improve." So when someone criticizes you, instead of taking it personally, take it as data. Analyze it calmly, like a scientist studying an experiment. Step 3. Remember, people judge from their own lenses. Epictetus also said, when someone does wrong, it is because they judge wrongly. What does that mean? It means that people act, speak, and judge based on their own experiences, their own pain, their own beliefs. When someone criticizes you harshly, it's often more about their state of mind than your worth. A Stoic reminds himself, that person sees the world through their lens, not mine. Maybe they're jealous. Maybe they're hurt. Maybe they're just having a bad day. You can't control that, but you can control your interpretation. The Stoic doesn't take every judgment as truth. He filters it. He asks, does this serve me? Is this helping me grow? If yes, keep it. If no, let it go. Criticism, after all, is like mail. You don't have to open every letter that arrives. Step 4. Separate what's in your control. The foundation of Stoicism lies in one principle, the dichotomy of control. Some things are up to us. Some are not. What others think of you, not up to you. How others speak about you, not up to you. How you respond, entirely up to you. You can't stop people from judging, gossiping, or misunderstanding you. But you can choose to stay calm, to stay grounded, to act with integrity. Seneca said, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. So, when someone throws anger, sarcasm, or hate your way, don't throw it back. Return it with composure. That's not weakness. That's strength, Stoic strength. Because when you refuse to let others control your emotions, you've already won. Step 5. Turn criticism into fuel. Marcus Aurelius faced endless criticism, as an emperor, as a man, as a philosopher. But instead of letting it break him, he used it to become better. He treated criticism like fire treats wood. The more it's given, the stronger it burns. When someone points out your flaws, say, good, now I can improve. When someone mocks you unfairly, say, good, now I can practice patience. Every insult becomes a chance to practice a virtue, patience, humility, self-control, wisdom. This is the Stoic transformation, turning negativity into growth. It's what makes Stoicism not just a philosophy, but a powerful way of life. Step 6. Practice indifference to praise and blame. Here's a deeper Stoic lesson. To truly be free from criticism, you must also be free from praise. Because if your happiness depends on what others say about you, you'll always be their slave, pulled in every direction by opinions. Epictetus warned, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In other words, don't chase approval. Don't build your peace on compliments. Be grounded in your own judgment, your own principles, your own inner compass. If you know you acted with honesty and integrity, that's enough. What others think is just noise. The Stoic finds peace not in the crowd's applause, but in his own conscience. Step 7. Respond with calm strength. When you do respond, and sometimes you must do it calmly. No sarcasm, no anger, no defensiveness. A Stoic's reply to criticism isn't "you're wrong." It's "thank you for your perspective." This disarms the critic and strengthens you. You're showing mastery over emotion, proof that you control your mind, not the other way around. You turn what could have been conflict into character. Step 8. Reflect and move on. After the storm passes, take time to reflect. Ask yourself, did I handle that with wisdom? Did I learn something from it? Did I stay true to my principles? If yes, then the criticism served its purpose. If not, then it still taught you where you can grow next time. Marcus Aurelius would write each night, reviewing how he acted during the day. He didn't do it to judge himself harshly, but to refine his soul, one day at a time. So, take every piece of criticism as part of your training to become calm, steady, and wise. Final reflection. Criticism will never stop. There will always be someone who misunderstands you, disapproves of you, or tries to bring you down. But that's okay. Because as a Stoic, you know that what matters isn't the words that come your way. It's the way you respond. When others throw fire, you stay cool. When others insult, you remain kind. When others doubt you, you stay true to your path. That is Stoic strength. That is emotional freedom. And that is how you handle criticism like a Stoic.